Thing or hear anything.
How you gonna change the things around you? Oh, what you gonna love inside of you? Oh, when you gonna hear his revelation? Let it move inside of you.
Welcome, everyone. Today is one that is near and dear to the heart, and we want to welcome you, beautiful souls, to another episode of Infinite Perspectives, of course, with your host, Michelle Diamond, and my amazing partner, the luminous Linda Boston. I am Michelle Diamond, owner and CEO of Next Level Promotion, PR for Linda Boston, and co-founder and co-host of Infinite Perspectives. Linda?
I am Linda Boston. I am a performing, literary, and teaching artist that spreads creativity with love.
Yes, indeed, you do. And we are so grateful for you all the time. Infinite Perspectives, of course, is proudly brought to you by Peer, Next Level Promotion, Carlotta Cole the Brand, Moniker Enterprises, and of course, Unlimited Networks Property Management. Today, we pause the usual rhythm and turn homeward, not just to Jamaica, but across the sea to our brothers and sisters in Cuba, the Bahamas, and Bermuda. Hurricane Melissa, no borders, but love don't either. This moment is for every island still standing strong through the wind and the rising tide. We open with love and light for all those that were affected by Hurricane Melissa. And we want to take note of what our motto from Jamaica states, out of many, one people. And with that, we just wanted to take this moment to discuss a little bit about what it means to unify in strength and move forward from there. Linda?
It's interesting that we are at this place. Love is essential to the healing of a land, in my opinion.
Right.
Everything that we've needed to do across the country, everywhere, is going to require love to heal it. Resilience, it's like a muscle memory, and our people have been through storm after storm, yet we still find a way to laugh, to sing, and to help one another. So when we do that, and we operate in love, and we realize the power of love and how love has laughter in it, it has tears in it, it has everything in it. Our compassion can stretch further than just our own immediate home, right?
Yes.
Yeah, we love people in the house, and sometimes we don't, but we love the people in the house, and we realize that we are a microcosm of a macrocosm,
Right.
and that we have harmony in our home, and we outreach with that harmony outside of the home. We can help the macrocosm and microcosm mirror one another.
So true. Very true. And, you said a mouthful there, and I actually kind of diverted from the way I initially wanted this to go because I just feel like coming from an authentic place is going to resonate much better. We've
Mhm.
opened with how we're feeling. We're talking about the macronism, the micronism, which all aligns, right? And when we open and tie that all back together, we're reminded of who we are,
Mhm.
right? The anthem says, Eternal Father, bless our land, guard
Mhm.
us with thine mighty hand, keep us free from evil powers, keep us true, respect for all, stir response to duty's call, strengthen us, the weak to cherish, give us vision, lest we perish. That vision we need to have stretched across every shoreline of the Caribbean, right? Reminding us that even when the waters rises, we still rise together.
Yeah.
Recovery in itself is already moving. Lights
Yes.
returning in Montego Bay and in
Mhm.
Kingston, linesmen working through the night. In Cuba and the Bahamas, neighbors share food, clear roads, and keep others safe. Bermuda bracing, readying shelters, reminding the world that preparedness is about love. And that is the key. Love is what we need to hold on to. Bob Marley said it best, one love, right? One heart. Let's stick together and everything will be all right.
Almost every major vocalist from
Yeah.
certain eras have said something about love. Frankie Beverly said love is the key to life.
Yes.
Um, the peace that love presents can soothe the savage. You've seen animals in distress that when a human being helps the animal has a way of thanking in their way the person that has helped them.
Yes.
That's where we are today. And that's really the purpose of our show. It's a catalyst. It's the jumping off point where we're going to spread love. We're going to show many perspectives. We're going to show the importance of compassion.
Yes.
If it
And
doesn't
and
start with you, say what? What can you say? It has to start here.
it has to start here, and you're correct. And we see that, especially with each island showing resilience in its own language, right?
Mhm,
And
mhm.
what we want to reiterate, as Linda stated, you know, in our own language, we all taking the initiative. If you're overseas and able to support, connect through, trusted groups. There's Bahamas Relief Fund. I know there are direct relief funds that are set up in Jamaica. I know they have they do have the Red Cross Jamaica, but I know that they have specific ones that I'm going to send the link to all and post it here for you guys to follow as well. There's the Cuban Civil Defense, Caribbean Disaster Emergency Management Agency. And just remember that every little bit counts. Every little bit matters. No matter how small, no matter how big, it's the point of us just uniting together. And it's not just about the Caribbean, it's about the world as a whole. We need to fortify, unity. We have to.
Mhm, mhm.
And Linda, tell me this. When you see how the Caribbean stands tall through this, what words comes to your mind? And I know
I've
you
been
mentioned
there.
it earlier.
Say it again.
I said, I know you hinted on it earlier, and I just
Yeah.
wanted to reiterate that piece.
That is it. I've been there before. I've been there a couple of times with friends that I didn't know initially.
Mm,
The people, the residents, the people from the land were very kind and peaceful. They knew we were there to calm it down, to relax.
Right.
When I
Very
see that resilience, when I see that camaraderie,
true.
it brings to mind a balance, a harmony, a peace that is underlying in the land.
So true. And what I'm lamenting on and, keep thinking is that resilience in itself, it doesn't mean pretending we're just okay or
Mhm,
we're fine. It
mhm.
means that we're choosing hope while we
Yes,
sweep up the pieces.
sweep up the pieces.
There are a lot of pieces, a lot of broken pieces, a lot of things that are out of place. There
Mhm,
was chaos that was unleashed. So
mhm.
now it's strength in numbers uniting to uplift each other and rebuild.
And there may be times of laughter, times of crying, but energy is. See, we've had a couple of shows on energy
Yes, and
and how power,
resourcefulness.
yes, and the power of that energy can transmute, it can travel.
Mm,
Um, you give, you get back what you give.
right.
So my method of meditating on healing and repair and resilience and peace and calm and um, strength for a nation, and I wish it for this country as well, but strength that spreads throughout. We are the change we're looking for. We are
Absolutely.
the power behind healing. We have more power than we realize. A lot of people don't accept that.
So true.
You know
And
what happens when you pray for your children or when you focus on, you want the best for them. My daughter is in the middle of school, and I was fervent on the way I meditated that she could make it because her expression was that it's hard, it's too hard, it's too hard. And then all of a sudden, I would like to think it was my earnest prayer or my earnest meditation or focus on her success that made her say, "Oh," have that aha moment. I get it now. I can do it. This makes
right.
sense to me now. So and so and so and so. That
Yeah,
energy transferred to her. We can do that same thing across the oceans.
we sure can.
We can do
And
the
that's
same thing in this nation.
Yes, and that's where the resourcefulness comes into play, where we make something out of nothing, and we see it, you know, through the videos that we were watching, people using rainwater, which is absolutely smart, building together from scraps, finding beauty even in the cleanup, right? Which is what it's all about. And the main point that I want to reiterate here, because we've been preaching radical self-care, right? And
Mhm.
or mental, why it's so important. Through all of this, people don't understand that it puts a strain on you when you're going through things. I've been through a Cat 5 before, so I absolutely understand, what happens to you. The mind starts to play crazy games on you, and you're not sure, you're hearing things, and so we have to pay attention not only to the body, but absolutely the mind. We have to make sure that we're drinking water so that we're staying hydrated. The people have to make sure that they're resting and talk through the trauma. A strong
Mhm.
mind helps build back strong homes.
Mhm. 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 And so you have to do whatever you need to do to make your mind strong. What are
Yeah.
some of the things you do to make your mind strong, to go
Ooh,
on day to day?
well, absolutely. Meditation. We talk about meditation. Um, I take time out for myself. That's something that I had to learn to do, even in the midst of the chaos that happening around us in the world today. You
Mm-hmm.
know, we have to make sure that we are prepared.
Mm-hmm.
Preparedness is everything. We have to be prepared mentally, physically, emotionally, all the way around. All
Mm-hmm.
of them align together for us to stand here as a whole. Because if
Mm-hmm.
one part of us is not operating on the
Mm-hmm.
same energy level as the other, something
Mm-hmm.
is out of balance. And in order for us to have unity, we have to start with unity within ourselves, and that's what's important. We have to have that one strong person to stand up and pull the rest of the nation up in Jamaica and say, come on, we are mighty, we're little but with Talawa. That's what we always preach. And I saw
Mm-hmm.
that in so many of the videos, and I couldn't be so much prouder of, the people there. And, mental health is community health. And when
Mm-hmm.
one person reaches out, it lights a chain reaction of healing.
Mm-hmm. Chain reaction. You hear that? It causes a chain reaction.
Yep.
That's part of energy that is real, that
Yep.
people have to accept is real, whether you look at it scientifically, spiritually, physically, it's real.
Yep.
I journal because I have to see what I want to manifest written out. It's a hard time when people go through storms and hurricanes. Finding pieces of paper and stuff like that may be hard to come by, you know,
Of course, with the roofs blowing off,
with the roof
some of these
going off.
houses that we've seen, were made of zinc all the way around, because of course,
Mhm,
in every country we have the less fortunate, right?
mhm,
And
mhm,
what we have to remind ourselves of is that these people, the strength and the faith that I saw in all these videos just made
mhm,
me smile to let us know that there's still a glimpse of hope out there, not only
mhm,
for Jamaica, but for the world. If we can all just hold on to that when we are
mhm,
facing storms such as Melissa, not the actual storm itself, but in life and everything else that we may experience, and just hold on to that glimpse of faith. And what I say, the faith of a mustard seed. Listen, that was deep in itself. That's the
mhm,
Caribbean that I know, where
mhm,
people pulling together a pot of soup, feed 10 houses, nobody not go
mhm,
hungry.
mhm,
Faith,
mhm.
music, and laughter feeds the soul, and it's our medicine. And
You
that's
know,
what we
this
do.
is not the same circumstance, but I remember the blackout in Detroit several years ago. I think it was it 2001 where the blackout 2002, and we lost power in the afternoon, and the power didn't come back on for a week. But we got to know neighbors that we had never spoken to. We were stringing extension cords from a neighbor 3 houses down to keep our refrigerator on. Then we started then we started cooking, grilling food and sharing it with neighbors.
Mm,
The only light you had was daylight. So when it was day, we went outside and we saw and spoke to and gathered around in the neighborhood with people that we never knew lived down the street. If we get rid of some of the luxuries that we have, um, it will force us to be compassionate to one another.
absolutely.
It's going to happen again. I mean, some people said that the pandemic did it. I don't know. I think you have to get out and be around people to
Yes,
know to know
absolutely.
the blessings that you actually have.
Yeah.
Is to be
And
able
we
to
have some
communicate.
comments coming in if you'd like to read them.
Yes, Colleen Gary said, mindset. Jamaicans find joy and togetherness, gratitude for life itself. Their mindset, shaped and rooted by a generation who has weathered the storm before. despite the hardship that your laughter over fair hope and music over despair. So despite the hardship that you I guess take on laughter over fair hope. And then Colleen also said, I talks and texts. Please excuse Miss. Don't worry
It's
about it, honey.
okay.
I think we knew exactly what you meant.
Exactly. And we
Because
absolutely
we got to
loved
find
it.
that silver line, and that's what you're talking about. That mindset, that silver line, and some of that comes with the seasoning of aging, getting older, and knowing that you have to tell your little ones, listen, it ain't as tough as you think it's getting ready. You ain't seen nothing yet. Just because he took your ball don't mean nothing. So, we have to tell that and we have to remember that as we get older.
Right.
But we
And
understood what you were saying, Colleen. I feel you, sister.
and what I wanted to, highlight, it's not just about Jamaica. It's about the Caribbean as a whole, or the Caribbean
Yes.
as a whole, as I should say it. And even the support that came in abundance worldwide. It just shows that we are capable of selfless love.
Yeah.
And if we apply that on a daily, can
Mhm.
you see how much of a difference that would
Yeah.
make in the world?
Yes.
We all just continuously react and apply the same gratitude and faith and love that we saw. It's absolutely possible. But
You can
anyway,
actually practice it starting with 5 minutes a day and let that grow. And,
yes,
you start by saying having that gratitude and thanks when you open your eyes in the morning. Try it in the middle of the day. See what happens. In the
yes.
evening,
Yeah,
get
I
in the
love that
habit.
you,
How you get in the habit.
and I love that you know, talked about what happened with the blackout, because I think that it referenced that circumstances come up all the time, right? And
Mhm.
it doesn't matter where, who, what is happening. It's something that was considered to be catastrophic, chaotic, or an inconvenience for so many different people. So, again, we all experience things. It may not be the same exact, but we all go through. And that is the point that I'm making here. We all go through something at some point or another. It may not
Yes.
be Hurricane Melissa.
Yeah.
Others had Ivan. Others,
Mhm.
back in the day, they had Gilbert. And when I
Mhm.
was in Florida, we had Hurricane Michael. So
And then
listen.
wait a minute. In your household is the hurricane of a job loss, a hurricane of a passing of a
Whew, you
loved
better
one.
come on.
It's all connected. It's all
Yeah.
connected. The seriousness of this whole thing is that we are all connected. We are literally connected. A wonderful brother that we're going to have on this show soon, Walter Fauntleroy, said to me, if you look deep in my eyes enough, you see your own face.
Mm.
When you think about it, try it with your family members. Just look in their eyes, and who do you see? You don't see them. In that dark part, you see yourself. We are
Mhm.
connected. We are connected. I don't care where we are. And as soon as all humans feel that, the whole world will calm down. It'll calm down. America has to go through what it's going through. As soon as everybody gets on the same page,
Mm.
America's going to calm down. It's going to calm down.
Yes.
Wow.
That's deep. It's, I'm going to talk about it again. The motto, out of many, one people, and now out of many islands, one sea.
One sea.
Different accents, same heartbeat. When one shore trembles, the next reaches out a hand. That's who we are as a people, a circle of strength, a family across water. What I want to do at this moment is just take the time to, you know, read some of the experiences that came through, some of the people that experienced Hurricane Michael had a loss. This came from Marcia from Portland. She said, and I'm going to read it in my dialect, we lose power, but we still have joy. We're alive and we're grateful. Devon from New York, my day abroad, but my heart they are yard. Holding space for everybody rebuilding. Just beautiful. This is what we're talking about, Anna from Havana said, our children draw sunshine on the walls so the rooms stay bright. These voices reminds us distance never breaks connection. And this is exactly what we just referenced. And it's reiterated there. Distance never breaks connection. When the wind comes, it tests more than roof and wall. It tests spirit. But islanders know about easy. Cubans, Bahamians, Jamaicans, Bermudians, we all learn, Americans, African, whatever, we all learn the same dance with nature. Even when the storm hushed the island, laughter still find port space. Somebody still offer someone tea. Somebody still a check on them neighbor. Still a walk up the hill. I saw a video, earlier on. The young lady was climbing up the mountain, even though it was, mudslide and the trees chopped down with the electric wires going. But she was insisting she have to go check on our mother. And she go and find a way to climb that slide. No matter what, she going up the hill, go check on our mother and the neighbors. Vision isn't only about the future. It's how we stand now. Every act of kindness, every yard we clear, every song we sing through the tears, that's infinite perspective in motion. Resilience is our rhythm. Strength is our song. From heart to home, from shore to shore, we rise again as one Caribbean, as one people, as one nation.
We make something out of nothing. We make something out of nothing.
Yep.
Our ancestors had to do that. That's a skill that they had. I think we're being called back to reacquire that skill. No cell phone, no Wi-Fi, no nothing, no nothing. What will you do? What will you do? You're going to have to breathe, first of all, because it's a change to your existence.
And it's all about peace.
And
peace within, peace around.
Yeah, it's almost like after the storm, it gets really quiet. That's a wake-up call.
Because it's that time of reflection.
Yes.
Because you have to sit. You have to take account of what happened. You have to take account within yourself. Am I mentally okay? I'm here. Do I have all my limbs? Is everything okay? And then you take account for the materialistic, right? And then that's the moment the connection aligns.
It's like that wake-up call.
And I get emotional there.
And we've got more and more wake-up call coming. If we don't learn from one another, we need to learn from our brothers and sisters in the Caribbean. We need to learn from our brothers and sisters during Hurricane Katrina. We need to learn from our brothers and sisters during the blackout, during the chaos. Um, what they experience is for us to take and learn from. Not so much pointing the finger of if it had have been me, I woulda. That's not the type of learning I'm talking about. I'm talking about something that's much more reflective and intuitive. Um,
So true.
and it's
You know, when
necessary.
I get emotional,
Mhm.
it's all over the place. So
Mhm. That's okay.
it's the truth. And I
That's okay.
wanted to you know, I've held back a lot, and I'm glad that you mentioned that. And when I was talking about the moment of stillness, it's because I had I would say I was fortunate to have connection through the storm, right? With my
Mhm.
loved ones.
Mhm.
My aunt Sandra traveled to Jamaica with my cousin Brandon, his girlfriend, and a close friend of hers. And
Just
had the
recently?
entire yeah, no, through the whole storm, yes. They
Yeah,
arrived
okay.
there on
Right.
Thursday of last week.
Mhm.
So they arrived when everybody else was trying to get out. So, you know, at that point, it was too late because the flights stopped at that point because they came in and that was it. So, thank goodness I was able to have, you know, dialogue with them throughout it. So, I feel like I went through the storm with them. That's why I'm so emotional and telling you that stillness, the reflection. And it's not about me because I wasn't physically there,
Mhm.
although I was able to hear the winds and see what my aunt was going through, the experiences, laugh with her a little bit about some people being silly on the balcony when they weren't supposed to be there, you
Mhm.
know, against the hotel rules about staying inside when the wind picks up and so forth. But just to have that moment to see firsthand and hear firsthand of what was occurring and how she was still able to have faith and laugh through it and just was just like, you know, if God not say it done, it not done, you know, just being Elise. You know, I was just like,
Mhm.
Sandra, you know, she had us on our on the edge of the bed, but just grateful that you know she was okay, Brandon was okay, his girlfriend was okay, her friend, and those that were at the hotel with them all fine. You know, they're just without power and Wi-Fi right now, but it just goes to show. And then of course I saw the senseless side of it where people were actually getting into altercations over food and you know fussing about getting back home and how they were upset because they felt that you know it wasn't prepared, the preparedness wasn't there. But what I wanted to say about that is this storm has been on the air on the news for more than 2 weeks, right?
Mhm.
Because this was a slow brewing storm.
Mhm.
And you took it up on yourself to travel during this time. You know, we
Mhm.
all know this
Mhm.
is hurricane season, even here in the US, because I was in Florida.
Mhm.
It's
Mhm.
hurricane season.
Mhm.
And
Mhm.
of course, you get discounts, right? And ticket prices are lower. So this is the time of year people like to take advantage, but it is a risk. You're taking a risk. So
Mhm.
my thing is you can't place blame when you took it up on yourself to still go when you knew there was a warning of something incoming and something that was out there brewing. And then when it's upon you, now you're blaming Jamaica and the government. And I'm not going to get into the political stuff of it,
Yeah,
but
because that's a whole nother
a
conversation.
whole nother conversation.
Yeah.
But what I want to say is people have to take accountability, right? For their own actions. This is a part of growing. We understand that's easier to point blame. But
Mhm.
when it's said and done, you're there, you're covered, you're alive, you were given food, sustenance to get you through. So why not just come from the place of love, which is what this show is talking about the healing, being one together, you
Mm-hmm.
know, one heart after the
Mm-hmm.
storm. That's the issue with us as a people, as a whole. We like to place blame where blame shouldn't even be placed. Let's start taking accountability. And
Mm-hmm.
even if the ball was dropped,
Mm-hmm.
because 9 times out of 10, something may not have gone correct. Say the ball was dropped. Is that the appropriate time to sit and push blame? Or wouldn't you, like grandma used to say, you could catch more fly with honey, right?
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
So
Mm-hmm.
why don't we just work together in
Well,
peace
yeah,
and in sweetness?
just handle the circumstance. You can spend a lot of time spinning wheels on that greasy track, and you'll just stay right there going around like that. Got to take it upon yourself to do something about it.
It's unfortunate, you know.
Yeah.
That's the message I wanted to get out, is that
Mhm.
we are so much stronger when we are united. And when
Mhm.
we take it upon ourselves to intentionally place a divide, that's when the foundation crumbles. And
Mhm.
it's disgusting to me, because we saw the unity going in. Why not continue to build up on that? Why continue to try and tear each other down? That's
Mhm.
just, we have to do better as a people. And
Mhm.
that's enough on that portion of it. But, you know, I'm just grateful that a lot of people are doing okay. There are tons of folks that are still without power. Um,
Mhm.
but as
Can
of right
you
now,
can you
go ahead.
share can you share again those organizations that are taking donations?
Absolutely.
Um,
Mhm.
we want people to know that we have no hand in those donations. Okay. But our purpose here is to spread the word of need.
Of
And
course.
yeah.
You definitely can reach out directly to the government of Jamaica
Mhm.
at their website. And then there is the Red Cross Jamaica, which I know a lot of people are usually not too hype on the Red Cross, but um, I do believe they're offering some relief. I did hear the Cajun Navy was there.
Mhm.
Bahamas Relief Foundation for those in Bahamas, Cuban Civil Defense for those in Cuba,
Mhm.
Caribbean Disaster Emergency Management Agency, which covers the entire Caribbean. And of course, if anyone else knows, we can absolutely, you know, post the links in. And um, Carlotta, oh, hey, Aunt Carlotta said, when we
Yeah.
change our negative perspective to the positive, knowing at the end of the storm we shall receive if we accept the rainbow and the treasures. I
Mhm.
find when we look for the good in any situation, a new opportunity shall appear. Do what
Mhm.
we can to help if possible. So let us send the positive love energy out into the universe. I
Yes.
concur on Carlotta.
Yes.
Absolutely.
New opportunities will appear. And as far as I'm concerned, lessons are to be learned. In the midst of chaos, in the midst of a hurricane, in the midst of chaos at the airport, at the hotel, sliding up that hill, trying to get to your mother and neighbors, there's a lesson. Your mind is working overtime. You don't know what the lesson is. And what do you mean there's a lesson? Oh, yeah. Everything has one. Everything. Positive, the negative, the rainbow, the rain. you know, everything has its lesson.
Infinite perspective emotion.
Oh, most definitely.
Yep. So, you know, as we keep our love, prayers, and hearts lifted for everyone that have been impacted by Hurricane Melissa and those that are still in the path of Hurricane Melissa, we're going to keep true to vision. Remember, keep true to love, keep true to peace, because peace starts in how we see each other, how we treat each other, and how we operate. And vision grows when love leads. May we keep our eyes lifted and our hearts steady, even when the light flickers. That's how keep that's how peace keeps its promise.
Mm-hmm.
And we're not going to
You
long
also said, didn't you also say that when the wind comes, it tests more than the roof and the wall, it tests the spirit?
Oh, absolutely.
Yeah.
What is your
This
thought on that?
buzzword that's going around nowadays is empathy. I'm an empath. I'm an empath. You know, if you're truly an empath, then you feel what we're talking about. You can feel that energy. So in the midst of the roof and the wall falling down, I should be able to feel the intensity of your circumstance.
Mm-hmm.
Carlotta said, I call it love lessons to learn.
Indeed. Indeed.
Love lessons to learn.
And we still have a lot of lessons to learn. We're still learning and growing. And I concur, you mentioned something. I know we didn't want to keep this long because this was a special impromptu just to, give our love and support to those that were affected. But being an empath, you don't have to sing it from the mountaintops.
You don't. No.
Everybody
Absolutely.
doesn't need to know you're an empath.
Everybody didn't need to know you're an empath.
Absolutely not. Being an empath is heavy within itself because it's always download.
Mm-hmm.
It's constant download.
Mm-hmm.
And for you to share that's another topic. That's a whole other topic for another day.
Absolutely. Absolutely.
I know Carlotta said, and what a lot of people don't know, and most definitely cannot see yet, is their lives have definitely changed. The horrific winds closed one door, but it also pushes another opportunistic door wide open. I know in times of such chaos, it's impossible to see this, but there's a message within the mess. Absolutely. Absolutely. And we touched on that earlier on Carlotta, that after the storm is that stillness, because at that time it's when you align with self, because it puts you into that deep state of meditation, because you are forced to go within. And that's when you connect with your inner self and the divine.
Mm-hmm.
But that's another topic for another day.
And I mean, we're not talking religiosity here.
No.
This is not the subject matter. The subject matter is empathy, intuition, love, laughter, trials, tribulations. That's the subject matter. That's the subject matter. It's essential. It is essential. I'm saying it. I mean, I watched the horrific things that happened at Delta University. Young man found hanging. Young girl found dead in an alley somewhere in Atlanta.
What about the one the other day, or actually yesterday on the news, while I'm watching Melissa tear up the island? We hear about the young lady right here in Georgia, about the young lady that killed these kids and then turned a gun on herself.
Now that's a mental health issue, And we talk about mental health. Mental health is something that we need to focus on. It's mental health is community health, and when one person reaches out, it lights a chain reaction of healing.
Correct.
So we've got a lot going on in our world, but there is so much we can do to help one another heal, that you have to realize you are the change you're looking for. If you're not balanced, if you're not talking about balance, harmony, and peace, chaos won't win. That's not how the universe works. Universal love, universal law does not operate like that. It operates in a balance.
Absolutely. And thank you, Colleen. It's a pleasure to have you. Thank you for your support always. Colleen said, I wish I could stay longer, have to get them a conference call. It was awesome listening to you both. Keep up the good work. We appreciate you, Colleen. I always say it's not work. It's our purpose.
Yes, it is.
Well, thank
we
you.
don't get a dime for this. We don't get a dime for this. We do this because we love people and we want to heal the land. And that's one of the reasons why we focus this show on love and compassion for people that we cannot touch physically right now. But we can do something about it in the way we think, in the way we feel. There's no judgment. If you have, I have no bad feelings about a nation or people. Somebody upset me, I try to shake it off as soon as possible.
Yes.
Because if you hang on to it too long, it will mess with your whole thing.
And you just
all of this, and I'm responsible for this right here.
Exactly. So, and you said a mouthful when you said a healing of the land. And I just wanted to bring up With Truth the Light by you, Linda Boston.
Yes.
There's the link. Make sure she's on all streaming platforms. Just Linda Boston, Truth the Light. She has many songs out, support. Amazing. It is our theme song as well. When I tell you, it talks about what you're going to do to change the world and the things around you. Healing of the land. Absolutely purposeful. Everything that we do is within our purposeful walk. And I don't want to give it all away, but cop it. There's
it's interesting because my daughter, you know how your children, they don't really pay attention to you till they get older, maybe. They're like, oh, mama was kind of deep. Daddy was kind of heavy. My daughter said to me, she said, I listened to your whole CD. Now, it's been out since 2012. She said, I listened to your whole CD today. And for the first time in my whole life, I really heard what you were talking about. And that it was way ahead of its time. Now, when they were interviewing me, when I released the CD, a brother by the name of Kyrie Turner in Detroit said, this album is way ahead of its time, Linda. How do you feel about that? I said, the universe gave it to me. My job to spit it out. I regurgitate the information. The timing of it will settle itself down. If you listen to it now, I was talking about now, then, and where we are right now, even in this conversation. Having compassion. How you going to change the things around you? What you going to love inside of you? You got to love you.
Yes.
So that you can love somebody else. If I'm mean and evil and ornery and pissed off and always trying to give folks grief, 9 times out of 10, I ain't loving me. I love me some Linda. That's how I'm able to love me some Michelle.
And vice versa. It's absolutely reciprocated. I want to say
we love her too.
Of course. That's Aunt Carlotta and one of the founders with us of Infinite Perspectives. Just to put that out there. And one of our sponsors, the Carlotta Cove, the brand. Okay. So just to let you guys know, we have amazing support systems. And these are the topics that we talk about on a regular basis. As we said, it's not work. this is love. It's our purpose. This is what we were meant to do, our calling. And Linda, what does infinite perspectives mean to you?
Well, it is an opportunity for us to share the beauty of the world that is around us individually with the rest of the world. It's a platform for others to know the beautiful and wonderful things people are doing in the world. It's very diverse. You can't even guess what the subject is going to be, because the power of creativity is so deep and so vast that we'll hit a subject matter you least expect. So this is what helps us keep us true to the vision, the love, and the peace that we talk about generating within the show.
Correct. Absolutely.
And if it weren't for us feeling something that was similar, we wouldn't be here right now on show number 10. 10 is divine order. That's what number 10 means, divine order.
Yes.
That's where we are right now, the divine order of things.
Absolutely. And I love that. And the reason why I pose that is because everything that we do it intentionally, right? And within our purpose. And the topic today, it wasn't on script. It was based on what was occurring around us and wanted to come on and support. And that is what our platform is for, to support, to uplift and build. And infinite perspectives, for I'm going to speak on behalf of us, Carlotta, myself, and you. Infinite perspectives to us sounds like a promise that there's never just one lens, one truth, one way through. It's the idea that every story, every person, every breath even shifts the angle of light a little different. It means curiosity over certainty. It means letting contradictions sit at the same table. And it whispers that vision isn't fixed. It widens when you listen.
Yes.
And with that, when we listen as the nation to the outcry of those in the islands, those abroad in Africa, in Europe, wherever, in Russia,
in the hood that are hungry.
Exactly, right here, the homeless. When we listen to these outcries, we understand what is required, what is necessary, and what needs to align to make a difference. And that's all it takes. It's just that one person to just listen. And then that one person taking the initiative to offer aid. That's where the healing of the land begins. It's just with one ear and one helping hand.
Peace starts in how we see each other, and vision grows and love leads. May we keep our eyes lifted and our hearts steady even when the light flickers. That's how peace keeps its promise. Absolutely. Balance, harmony, and peace is one of the three of the greatest things. Faith, hope, and love, balance, harmony, peace, all that's in the same uh, bowl of soup.
Burrito.
Tastes good.
I like that. You said bowl of soup. Yes, we did say we
Bowl
were
of
making
soup.
soup on
Yes.
a bowl of soup on the porch and dish it up
Oh
for the
yeah.
rest of the day.
Yeah. Yeah.
Oh my goodness. I definitely want to do a call to action. Let's continue to rise together. And when I say rise together, meaning take accountability for your purpose, not things that are going wrong in your life. Take accountability for your purpose because we need to understand why we're here, why we're called to certain things. And then when we do that, we can unify, strengthen numbers, and absolutely see the change that everyone is talking about. We need to be the change that we're seeking. It starts with us. It absolutely starts with us.
And if you keep doing the same thing you always been doing, and you can't figure out why you keep getting the same result, maybe you should change the way you're doing things.
In actuality, yes. However, I'm going to come back with something. I also firmly believe that if it's a repeated cycle and you feel that you're just in the spin cycle over and over, it's the lesson that you haven't learned yet. And you need to learn that lesson first before you can move forward.
Before you can move on.
Correct. Exactly. Because see, whatever the lesson is, you're supposed to take heed to that lesson and you're supposed to leave it in that spin cycle. And you're supposed to get out of that spin cycle nice and pressed because now the wrinkles are gone. And you're going to move forward.
Right. Acknowledge that lesson.
Wrinkle free.
What Carlotta said, she said, all of us have a unique journey, a unique purpose, and all matters when done in love. That word, that's a powerful love. As you said, all of it makes a difference.
Absolutely.
Love is something, ain't it? That's a powerful thing. 4 little words.
Listen, Mama said, one love, one heart. Let's get together and feel all right.
All right. That's right.
Yes, man, so true. But I truly appreciate you and our Carlotta, as always, for the love, the support. And I wanted to take the time to say thank you for the amazing supporters that we have. You know, this was definitely an impromptu one today. I only put out the show earlier today, and I'm just touched by the amount of people that came in and supported. So thank you guys for, always believing in us and supporting. It's always reciprocated. And with that being said, here at Infinite
before you say that last word, though, people need to realize they can go and watch previous shows. So if you want to share this link with someone, go to YouTube, go to Linda Boston on YouTube, or go to infiniteperspectivesbrands.com and click it and send it to somebody. Send it to someone. Any of the shows that you think would be valuable. They're all wonderful.
Yes. And the last show we did was amazing. Oh no, nothing to forgive. The last, I'm not even going to say the last show. All the shows, like Linda said, that we've done have been very touching, very educational. We're going to actually bring back a few of our guests because a few people have been asking us to bring them back and, have questions on the subject matter that we covered on that specific episode. So YouTube, Linda Boston, Facebook, Infinite Perspectives. You can also Infinite Perspectives 1 on Instagram. And of course, you can follow me, Michelle Valerie's Diamond, of course, on Facebook. And
I am Linda Boston on Facebook.
On Facebook.
Literally type in I am Linda
Boston. The luminous Linda Boston. I love it, and I love her. But again, guys, from Infinite Perspectives, this is Michelle Diamond and my amazing partner, Linda Boston and Carlotta Cole, sending love to Jamaica, Cuba, the Bahamas, Bermuda, and every Caribbean heart, every nation, all the support, love. Heart is still rebuilding. And
Mhm.
again, out of many, one people, out of many islands, one sea, out of a nation, we're all united together as one. Love and
Yeah.
light until
Love
next
you.
sunrise.
Yes.
Bye, guys.
Thank you.
Absolutely.
How you gonna change the things around you? Oh, what you gonna love inside of you? Oh, mhm. When you gonna hear his revelation?